I have a silver dime about 4 inches deep in the ground there. Lots of iron around this area, and I do have really hot soil. It's been raining for quite a bit the last few weeks, and my soil's really super hot. I'll turn the Equinox on here. Start off in park 1 here. Ground balance, away from this iron. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away from this iron here, right? I don't know. Here's the silver dime. Four inches deep, right? There's not too much iron around here. Multi-frequency, so put in 4-tone or 4 kilohertz. It makes the target sound really big, right? And I'm going to mask that dime there with some foil and some iron. And I'm going to show you multi-frequency is going to struggle in really trashy spots here, right? 4 kilohertz is banging on it big time, right? But also 4 kilohertz bangs on a lot of stuff in the ground, right? It gives you high tones on just all kinds of random stuff. A lot of times minerals in my soil will give me high tones. 5 kilohertz. This park 1, so it's favoring those lower frequencies, right? It's going to hit it pretty good. 10 kilohertz. All right. Show you the iron here. See? Hear the iron, right? That's how much iron is around here, right? That's why it's struggling a little bit. 40 kilohertz, right? No, not going to do it, right? Not going to do it. I'll put it in multi-frequency again, right? Now I'll just take a piece of foil, small little piece of foil right there, little piece of foil, and put it right above it, right? I'll take the foil out, right? You know, it alters tones a lot, right? Now I'll put this bigger piece of foil in there, right there. Right. I would dig that target out any day of the week, right? That with that foil in there, but with the iron, watch the iron. Right? Just one little teeny bit of nail. Even if I cut that nail in half, if I cut that nail in half, it's going to do the same exact thing, right? It's totally masking that target. You know, iron is really hard to get through. The foil, I can pretty much dig a lot of foil out because I know it masks targets. But I'll show you multi-frequency. That was a multi-frequency, park 1. I'll put it in 5 kilohertz, right? See? Right, just masked the target totally, completely, right? Go 40 kilohertz, same 20 kilohertz, same thing, right? 40 kilohertz, nothing, right? Now I'll go to park 2. I'll go down to 4 kilohertz. I'll take that nail out of there. Watch, listen to it. Listen to it. Just a single nail, right? Right? All my machines fail this test right here, right? All my machines fail this test. And I've known this for many, many, many years. You know, the nails just mask targets, right? But I want to know how you know, I'm not going to go out and dig out all the nails, that's for sure. But I want to know how big of a piece of foil is I'm going to be able to reject by ear, or what number I'm going to be able to reject by ear if I want to get deeper coins. There's no way to do that, right? There's no way to do that. If you're digging up 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s, you're gonna find more bracelets and necklaces and stuff like that. But really, do you want to be digging out a lot of foil like this? I think it's worth it, you know, because, stay with me here on this. When you extract this foil out of the ground, right, you can pinpoint it, right? With the iron, I cannot pinpoint the iron very good because it's in the lower range, right? It's in the lower range, and I'm only getting 1 single tone on there because I'm in 5 tone, right? Or I'm in 50 tone. If there's a bunch of nails around there, it's hard to pinpoint, right? Watch, I'll put it in 5 tone here. I'll put it in 5 tone. Right? Those nails sound exactly, that nail on the surface sounds exactly like all this other nails, right? Because I'm getting 1 single tone. With a full tone operation like the Deus has, I can separate those nails. I can hear every single nail on the ground, and they all sound different because they're different shapes, right? With the Equinox, I'm just getting 1 tone. 1 tone for all those nails. They all sound the same because I'm in 5 tone operation, you know, because all the iron's going to give me the same tone no matter how big it is, or kind of, you know, all the nails pretty much will give me the same tone unless it's falsing on a nail deeper, right? See that right there? 5 tone. And then I'll go over to a deeper program here, field 1, right? Running kind of unstable. I got my iron on for some reason. But I'll go down to 15 gain because it's kind of unstable, right? I have really hot soil, so my numbers are going to be a lot different, right? It's falsing on that nail, right? That's why I really don't use field a lot, because it just falses on the nails a lot, right? Turn the iron on here. See the nails? It's falsing a little bit on the nails. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the iron is going crazy in the background there. Now I'll try this piece of foil here, this larger piece of foil in field 1. So the foil doesn't mask the targets nearly as much as the iron because I can get that foil out. I'm not able to hit that target when it's masked by iron, right? Because it sounds like all the other stuff in the ground there, right? And I would be able to hit that target with that foil in there. Even this larger piece of foil here, right? I'll put this smaller piece of foil in here. I'll cover it up with the smaller piece of foil there. Now I'll switch my tones here, right? I'll switch my tones, or I'm actually in 2 tone here, right? I'll go to 5 tone, see if it'll hit it. Multi-frequency, right? I'm only hitting that foil, right? So if you're not digging up the foil, you're gonna miss targets, man. I'll be digging that target out all day long. All day long. Because I would extract that foil out, and then I would hit on that dime, that silver dime that's underneath there. And I'll put this bigger piece of foil in there. Right? Only foil. I'm only hearing that foil. And what if that foil is covered up by some grass? You know, if I can't see that foil, I would still dig that foil out because I know there could be something under that foil, or that could be a gold ring or a gold pendant, right? I could put it in 4 kilohertz here and it might hit that. Yeah. See, so what it's doing is 4 kilohertz frequency is rejecting that foil, right? And it's penetrating that foil there. But literally, if you're in 4 kilohertz, you're gonna get a high tone on everything in the ground, right? Everything in the ground, it's gonna drive you nuts if you're running at 4 kilohertz all the time. So 15 kilohertz, let's see if 15 kilohertz will get through it. Nope. You know, you want to be running in a practical frequency for what you're going for, right? And 4 kilohertz, yes, 4 kilohertz is hitting that, but you are going to false on so many nails around this area, and you're going to be digging up a lot of junk, right? You got to clear the surface stuff out first. And what I think, you know, is stick it in a middle frequency or just a general setting to clear out the surface stuff first, and then, you know, go for the silver, the deeper silver. And the deeper silver, once you get that foil out of there, you don't have to be in 4 kilohertz because my other modes will hit on this, right? Now I'll go up to 40 kilohertz and listen to how good it hits the foil, right? It's actually not hitting it very good. It's actually not hitting that foil very good. I'm really surprised. But I am in Park 1, so it's favoring the lower frequencies, right? So I'll put it in Park 2. It should bang this. I'll go into 40 kilohertz and it should bang it out really good. This foil right here. No. No. It's not hitting it very good, right? Just going to multi-frequency. Right, just not hitting it very good. Multi-frequency Park, what, Field 2, it's not even hitting the foil or anything, right? I'm not able to pinpoint anything, so I'm just skipping over that target there, right? The Equinox in certain modes, you're not going to be able to hit certain targets right on the surface. You saw that, right? And I had my gain, normal gain, you know, 15, 16. You know, it should be hitting that foil on the surface, but it just doesn't, right? It's the multi-frequency that really messes you up with those targets there, right? Because it's wanting to really, it's wanting to do 2 things at once. It's wanting to hit that foil and it's wanting to hit that dime, but it doesn't know which one to hit. You know, if you're in Park 1 or if you're in Park 1 or Field 1, it's favoring those lower frequencies. And if you have a multi-frequency in Park 1 and Field 1, you know, in the trashy spots, it's going to really struggle, you know. And if you have a multi-frequency, no matter what, it's going to struggle in these situations here. You know, and the 4 kilohertz was banging on that target. 4 kilohertz was banging on that target. But, you know, in reality, are you really going to be hunting in trashy areas with 4 kilohertz? Probably not, because you're going to be digging up a lot of junk, right? It falses on a lot of deep junk, and it's super hard to find your targets when you're running at 4 kilohertz. You know, 4 kilohertz is really meant to get deeper silvers, bigger silver coins, or hoards, or some large brass items. You know, it's just a fine balance, you know, when you're running multi-frequency machines, you know, simultaneous multi-frequency machines, you know, in the trash, they're going to struggle, right? And I'll show you that once these new machines come out. You know, I'm going to test them in multi-frequencies all against each other. I think they'll all do about the same, right? The technology really isn't there to get through the modern trash, you know, to penetrate modern trash and get through and see some silver dimes or coins underneath, you know. You just got to dig it out. You got to dig the surface trash out. You know, I know it's a lot of work getting all that junk off the surface, but that's what you got to do to get deeper targets. You know, doesn't matter what mode or what frequency or what machine you have or how many years experience you have. And actually, the more experience you have, you just dig the foil anyway, right? You dig the junk out, because when you dig junk out, you end up finding a lot more good stuff. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.